And Christmas is simply an amalgamation of what we had before and what we've got from Christianity. Christ is the newborn light of the world, literally. And so we take that now and we understand that its roots go far, far back into thousands of years, where we've always had a spiritual side which has connected us to the seasons, to the changing world around us. We are the product of our lives, and we can only move forward when we accept what we are. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you. I love that. I want Thor knocking at my door now. Sorry, Santa.
No, there's much more to it than that. But
No, don't bog down with detail. Thank you, Jamie. Fascinating. When you said it's apples on the tree, I just thought, oh, there's next year's tree already starting to tick away. Thank you. So we're now going to have our carol for today, during which time the lovely Stella will be taking the collection for the further work of this, your church. back here, 6 o'clock tonight, we're going round all the neighbours' doors. Right, be fab. Lovely. There's nothing like a carol, is there? It just invokes so much, doesn't it? Childhood, family time, all those things. So in and through that thought, that energy of memories. Because memories is what keeps us linked. Memories is what keeps those loved ones who have gone before us still alive. I was making my mother's sausage rolls yesterday, of which you can have some after the service. So any complaint, she's upstairs, but good luck with that. But I was making those in my grandmother's mixing bowls, which became my mother's and which became mine. And you know what? It was beautiful. I was quite happy chatting away, even fancied a sherry if she was that close. But this time of year, this is when we give way to those memories. And they really touch us, don't they? I've been sorting through the carols for our Christmas Eve service at 5 o'clock. And a couple of them, I must admit, I'm just sat there sobbing the eyes out like a little girl. But it's just that wonderful, beautiful time. And in that energy now, in that thought, in that compassion, this is where our loved ones are drawing so close to work through the wonderful talents of Jamie today. But please remember, if you have a communication, send that thought out to that person, because you're drawing them closer to you. And that's the magic. That's the beauty. We can give endless lists of born here, died then, did this, did that, did... That's not a person, is it? It's a litany. But when we get those memories, when we get those little things that touch our heart, and you can say, thank you, Mum. Thank you for being here. So, be part of that, yes? Yes. And how do we do that? With a...
Yes. No. Maybe.
Don't get this anywhere else. Yes, I'm afraid so. You're just sitting there looking pretty all through the service. There's a fire. Go and buy yourself something sweet.
Chance to be a fire. Hello, everyone again.
Hello.
I have a lady with me, and she's clearly got a very good sense of humour, because as I'm standing up, what I've got is, I told you I'd come back. Now, who are we with? This is always the question. As she draws close, she's a very confident individual, and in life she would have been quite assertive. She would have said what she thought, and she had definite opinions of things. Later in life, this became more difficult for her because of a lot of health problems that she had, which brought her down. So her usual cheery nature became harder and harder to express. Now I'm looking for clearly a close relative, and I'm very much sensing that she wants to talk to a daughter. So let's see where we are. So this phrase, I told you I'd come back, is important. So anyone have a connection with someone that one of their last things that she said was, I will come back. There was a pact made, in a sense.
It was my grandmother then.
Okay, yeah, so daughter. But it was a close relationship that you had, yeah.
On the spiritual.
Yeah, you have to talk up. Your
Yeah.
my hearing aids aren't that good. Yes, I've got horses. Very aware of horses, and I've got a chestnut horse. It's a chestnut colour. I can't remember what you call them when they're chestnut. Chestnut, yeah. That would make sense. No, but there's another name, and it's a chestnut mare is what I want to say. Yeah. Can you take that?
That would have been her husband.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but
So there's a link.
yeah, it's just evidence in a sense. And there's something about the horse that is very calming. She found the presence of a horse calming for her, because
Certainly not. She's petrified of herself.
it's how to get it the wrong way round, isn't it? What about yourself? Horses. You're not into horses either. Because why is this horse being brought forward? That's what I've got to... again, it's recognition. She would have... That was a part of her life that was always there. It's an important element in her life. The connection, again, to the land, to nature, was important to her. She drew strength from, and I have to say it, the cycle of the year, in a sense. It was punctuated by important events, yeah? they were celebrated in a sense that we don't celebrate anymore, because most of us aren't not in so much touch to nature. As she comes close, it's quite emotional, and I'm finding it. Did she have difficulty getting her words out towards the end of her life? Because I've got a difficulty with expressing myself, which she wants to do more than... There are words that she didn't say that she wanted to say that she wanted to. That's where we are. There are words that she wanted to say but couldn't say. And as I say, she said she would come back if there was. And it's important to her to have that connection with you and with the past. It's about you remembering the past as you do reflect on what's happened in the past and how life used to be and how she feels and you feel as well that life has become too complicated, overcomplicated. We keep coming back to the horse. I'm missing something here. There's somebody in the family that would like to get involved with horses because it's current. This connection to horses is here and now as well as in the past. No, because it's a farming connection. I've got a farming connection. Yeah.
Jamie.
Yeah.
I think you've got two links here. The horse.
Sorry, am I?
The horse is there, but the horse made a double appearance. So hold on to the farm.
I can say hold on to the farm and the horse.
You've got your next one lined up, which is wonderful.
Oh well, who said it was easy?
Yeah.
Yes, so if I can stay with you. So that's about remembrance, about saying, yes, I'm here. I completed my promise as I always did.
Yes.
She was to her, keeping her word was important.
Yes.
And she instilled that in you, personal responsibility and all those things, integrity were key points for her, and being grounded. And this is where being in touch with the seasons comes in, because it gives a rhythm to life, which was important to her and important to you. And she's saying, someone is trying to take you off track with something, and she's saying, stick to your guns. You know what's right for you, and they will keep trying, but you will keep saying no, because you know what is in your best interest. And she's applauding your not stoicism, your strength, because you know your own limits and you know what is right for you, and she really just wants to leave a big hug for you. So we move.
And symbolically, a horse is a symbol for a strength.
Thank you very much for that. So, tell me, so if I can read, I've got a lady here, and there's horses, so the connection with horses, I'm not feeling a strong connection at the moment, so let's go back into this. It's another, do we have another link? I have a gentleman here that links in with yourself. Again, connected to the land. Yeah, and I've got farming, horses, but horses, in a sense, were important to the farming. They were used as, they were enabled him to do his work. Does that make sense to you? No? So I'm on a tenuous link here. Does that still fit with you? Working with horses?
That
No.
was
Yeah, because I'm still being pulled over to you.
My grandfather
Yeah,
and my father.
but horses, well, working horses, that's the word. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm still with you, I think. So can I have your voice? Yeah, so you can take a horse.
Yeah.
Can you take the lady?
So my nan gave me a little brown porcelain horse.
Well, hold on, don't give me too much. Well, they say don't feed the medium. Feed the horse, but not the medium. Yeah. Okay, so you can take a lady. Right. So this horse was, well, a pony. Yeah, not a horse. We're talking about a pony, and that was a present in more than one way. It wasn't just a pony, but it was a means to an end. Does that make sense to you? That this pony allowed you to do things that you couldn't ordinarily do, which sounds very strange, but if you understand what I mean. Because it's got more meaning than just a horse. Well, I say pony. Got more meaning than that. There's additional things connected to that. It allowed you to move forward on something, to go out into the world and to achieve your potential. So this, we're talking grandparents, yeah, where it came from, who were, again, connected to the land. So almost it's like a rite of passage. Having a pony is a rite of passage because it's something that then with that you move up into another grade of being. That makes sense. So it was symbolic as well as practical for you. And within their eyes as well, it's symbolic, a symbolic present of reaching a certain age, achieving certain things in life. So it was not only a gift, but it was a reward. These are very spiritual people, yeah, because the way they're talking to me, the information, not talking to me, but I'm feeling in that the can't get my words out again. That the pony was also a spiritual symbol. Yeah, it's a spiritual symbol within a specific culture. It have a specific meaning, and I'm not quite with what it is, but it comes as a part of your inheritance, because the spirit of the animal. So we're talking almost in a shamanic sense. Do you follow what I mean? Yeah. It's the spirit of the animal that you go forward with, because it's a token of your spiritual growth as well as your physical things that it allowed you to do. I've got two. I've got both with me. Does that make sense? Grandfather and grandmother. And they stand together as they did in life. Very strongly stand together. They are one in many respects. And again, this is about them congratulating you on how far you've come and how you've overcome the obstacles that you've come. And got quite a sense of humour, because they're saying it's how we set you up in life with the required skills to navigate some quite difficult and challenging things that you've had to navigate. And they are always with you, as I know you know. They are always with you, and they will always stand by your side and support you in the things that you know you've got to do, because you've been putting something off recently. But they want you to go forward with the strength that they and others can give you from their side of life. And I know that it's with you in a very practical sense as well. They do come close when you're working. And you would not be able to do what you could do without their help, they're telling me. So they're taking some credit as well, of course. There's just such a spiritual sense about them that it's difficult to move away. And there's a lot of joy here as well as that. And they just say, go ahead with our blessing, literally. Thank you. Who do we have? I feel I've come down to earth now. There's a gentleman draws close who was very much in the here and now. He was very pragmatic in the sense that he took life as he found it, and he was, in a traditional sense, the head of the household and had quite a lot of responsibilities. So we're talking of a time when the man would work and the wife would stay at home and look after the children. There was these roles that were well established, and he knew his place in the world, and he liked an ordered life. As I see him, it's someone that would not get involved in domestic side of things, in, again, very traditional generation that would come home, would read his paper. There would be girls in the family, and there's more, but I'm very aware of two girls in particular that he comes close to. So it's one, he comes to speak to one of these girls that was here today. He worked very much what we will call a blue-collar worker these days, someone that did work with his hands but also had a responsibility for organising others. Can anyone follow this gentleman so far? Traditional family, traditional father, so we're talking someone's daughter or granddaughter, his daughter or granddaughter. So I've got this picture of him sitting beside a fire in a small room, which would have been a terraced house or a small detached, semi-detached house, and the fire would be going, and he'd sit there behind the paper, would read the paper as soon as he got home from work, would expect his dinner on the table. So we're talking grandfather, very much. Anyone take this gentleman?
I could identify with everything except for blue collar work.
Yeah, what I meant is that he's not a labourer as such. There is skill. So a blue collar is a skilled worker usually. That makes sense to you? Because I've got this sense that he worked with his hands, but he also had quite a few skills. It was a skilled job that he did.
He was a university lecturer.
Ah, that's skilled.
Pretty skilled. Yeah, pretty skilled.
In his part time, did he like to dabble?
He did stuff
We-
around
we-
the house.
Like
Yeah.
projects?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he's coming through with that then, rather than the university lecturer. Yeah, well, we'll see how we go with that. Right, can you take the rest? Very much behind the paper,
Yeah.
and the girls, particularly two girls.
Yeah.
I've got-
sister and I.
Sorry.
My sister and I.
Yeah, so there's two girls. There is the wife took very much the back seat. Your mum took the back seat in most things. He was the guiding light, if you like, and decided very much, and she would defer to him
Yeah.
on most things. And he had it all mapped out in his own mind,
Yeah.
is how things should be. I say very much this traditional model of, I'm the breadwinner, so I say how it's going to be. Your mum was quite happy with that because she had her own sphere of responsibility and activity.
Yeah.
And she was very social in her own way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's almost they had lived within two different worlds. And you had the experience of both of those. That's the academic rigour on one side, but yet the very social, outgoing mum.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So I've got both here now. They both come forth. There's a reason why he's playing down the academic side, which explains why he didn't come through with that first. I sense that I know that really wasn't what it became towards the end of his life, almost like a burden. Yeah, because the world of the academia, if you like, changed.
Yeah.
He used to have freedom to do what he thought students needed. But as time went on, there became constraints on what he could and couldn't teach.
Yeah.
That makes sense? Yeah. So that's why he's playing that down, because that's not what he wanted. He knew what he wanted to teach, what was important, but he was being told to teach other things. So he became disillusioned with that. And very much after his retirement, he didn't really pick books up anymore. His interest in the academic side dropped. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Come to the message. He's talking about balance. I say it's very much about, and it's important for you to have balance. Because there's this sense that each of us, you're getting quite philosophical now, each of us have to balance the things that are good for us and the things that we have to do. And he wants to impress upon you that it's something you need to reflect on, because something in your life is out of balance. That may not be obvious to you at the moment. Obviously, I can tell by the blank look on your face. But he's talking about balance. He doesn't believe that you've got things balanced at the moment. There are demands on you that eat into your quiet time.
Yeah.
That makes sense? Yeah, that's what he's talking about. This idea about you need the quiet times and you need the busy times. And if you have too many of the busy times, you're using up your energy and wasting your energy. And he wants you to reflect over the Christmas period about what is important to you, what is really that's going to benefit you, rather than the obligations that others seem to want to give you.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
So it's a time, as it is at this time of the year, a time of reflecting on how the year has gone and what is important. I'm hopeless at flowers. They're showing me a flower and I've got to work out what he did. There's one single flower. It looks very much like a, is it a chrysanthemum? And the colour is very much a dark rusty red.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. His favourite colour.
Yeah, it's this chrysanthemum that is, which is a gesture of love. Just one I've got. He doesn't want to overdo it. Just one, and it's this wonderful dusky red. And it comes with a lot of love. Not that he was very demonstrative in life, he makes me aware, but it was always there. There was a quiet acceptance of how different your life is to his.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So he wants to give you his love. Okay. Not that he would say that in life. He's making me aware. So take this gift,
Thank you.
because it is, and it's symbolic of the love. And your mum has just popped in and said she knows what I think, because you used to have discussions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you knew how she thought, whereas Father wasn't always easy to work out what he was thinking. I'll leave you with that.
Thank you very much.
Bless you. Thank you. I've got somebody singing carols in my ears now. Good start to the day. So we've got a younger person, somebody who would be in 50s, 60s when they passed. Quite a lively character in the sense of full of joy, would have loved it, or does love this time of the year, particularly party time, in families coming together, singing carols, and just generally enjoying the season. And this is a lady, should I say, and she comes close. I've got a link with it's a friendship link that I'm on, in the sense that this is someone's friend, someone that would have worked with the person. And again, I'm with a lady, so a work colleague, and it's very much an office environment that I'm in, and she would have been quite a bouncy person to work with as well. She was always cheerful, although in her private life, her life was more difficult, but she always put this cheerful face on. Anyone linked with this lady?
Say
Look,
that, but not in the office.
I've got it feels, and I can see an office environment. So if it's not an office, I'm not sure. Anyone? Yeah, an office environment. Very bubbly. She's a bubbly lady. Always happy to have a joke. Yeah. Although I was very mindful that she's supposed to be working. And every now and then she got carried away. Does that make sense? And then she thought, oh, we're supposed to be doing this. And you sort of, it's almost as the boss is in the corner, keeping an eye on you, and you're having fun, and then you suddenly realise he's watching. Or we better look like we're doing something. So, particularly Christmas time, because I've got the Christmas office party, getting ready for it, and there's a lot of fun to be had. She would lift your mood particularly. No, you're going to tell me.
No, I think we're both the same.
Both the same. But when you were with her,
Yeah.
your mood was lifted. She's just so bubbly.
Yeah.
She wants to come in here, and she wants to wear tinsel in her hair and generally enjoy herself. She said, you've forgotten how to enjoy yourself. That makes sense.
A little bit, yeah.
Because you were always game for a laugh, as they say,
Yes.
and so was she. And there were others in the office that weren't quite so. They were more rigid.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's almost as if you were. What's the word I want? You would get into trouble because there were practical jokes involved at times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mischievous pair.
Yes.
I've got this vision of either a supervisor, it's a man, that you would play tricks on occasionally, coming up to Christmas particularly. I don't know if it's one occasion, because he's very sort of buttoned up, as we say.
We get told off.
Yeah, but you had your own back on him at some point with a joke or something, because she's reminding me of an event where you played some sort of practical joke on him. You may have to think about that, because she got it clearly in her mind.
Because we were a lot younger then.
Well-
My memory's not as great.
She remembers. So you need to sort of think about that. She just comes with all this joy and wants to lift you up. And I say, just let your hair down occasionally. Christmas is an excuse to do whatever you want to do, and nobody thinks much of it. She says, you've become too good at looking over his shoulder and thinking what people will think.
Yeah, she might have a point.
She just wants to lift you. There's Helen. I've got Helen's name. I've got someone called Helen being called out.
My name's
That links in spirit.
okay.
Yeah, this is a Helen in spirit that links with you somewhere, and I'm not sure where. Can you take that?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So Helen is calling to be remembered, and again to just say thank you for the things that you did while she was alive. So there's a party going on, I think, basically. Okay, yeah, I'll leave you with that. Thanks very much. Who do we have? A gentleman who comes close. As I see him, the impression that I'm being given is someone who's quite tall and straight and serious in life, but has got what I call a dry sense of humour. Someone that would appear to be, would say something and you think, is he serious or is it a joke? And I don't know why, but I'm being drawn to you, Lauren. So he would appear to be quite straight and whatever, and suddenly there would be a comment made and you think, hold on a moment, was that supposed to be a joke or was that a criticism?
Yeah.
Anyone else know somebody that passed, fairly tall, slim, as I see him? I've got very much. It's not a family link. It's again and someone who comes forward on a friend link. That makes sense.
It does.
Is saying, what is it? The things that we did, I don't think I should mention.
No, maybe not. No.
This
Until I
is,
retire.
this is the dry sense of humour. You think, what's he going to say next?
Yeah.
I've got named Ron. Does that mean anything to you?
There is a Ron in that group.
Yeah,
Yes.
there's a Ron being called. Yeah. To do Ron. Why have I
Yes.
got to do Ron?
I'll tell you after when you're 21.
You're right. There's a gang here.
Yeah.
There's not one. There's at least three.
Mm-hmm.
And you would go around as a group and get into all sorts of bother when you were younger.
Well, they would.
They would.
They would. I had nothing to do with it.
I'm very aware that if there's things he could say and would love to say, but he's not going to say, he's not going to give me.
You better not say.
Better not say.
Because he's not up there now, he will be.
There is. He says memories are important.
Yeah.
Yeah, memories are very important. They're important to you, and in a sense, it positions you in a way in which you can see where you've come from,
Mhm.
how life has changed for you, and how you reflect on that. Everyone's been very reflective today.
Yeah.
And he is there with you when you go down Memory Street
Yeah.
and you think how things were and how there's so many people that you miss that have moved on for various reasons, but they're all still here.
Yeah.
They're all still here. That life for them still exists in a sense. And we can come together in times of memory. And it's basically a comment here about sort of the gatherings that we have at Christmas and the gatherings that you have, because you are still in touch with a few people that link into that
Yep.
period.
Yep.
And it's in those moments of remembrance that we reconnect with our past and reconnect with our inner soul, he's saying, of what we stand for and who we are. So he could be quite philosophical.
Yeah.
And there's a spiritual element to him as well,
Yeah.
in that he sees the world as it is, or saw the world and still sees the world as it is. And that was important, to be grounded, to know. And he wouldn't take any nonsense from certain people who tried to tell him how he should live his life. And he, as you do, he knows that what's important to him and what's
Not.
well, it's not what's not, it's what's
Rubbish.
ephemeral, rubbish.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
And he wouldn't listen to it, and you wouldn't listen to it.
Yeah.
So it's a different way of looking at life that he had, which was very refreshing when you first came across it.
Very true.
And it's a philosophical view of the world, rather than being dictated to by others' beliefs and values,
Very true.
which is important. I'll leave him with you because he's getting very...
Yeah. Well, thank you, Jamie. I've had my message. You can sit
Yeah.
down.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. It's what I started off saying about, Christmas in the kitchen with mum and me gran. There was others all around, and that time was very prevalent. Still got the convictions. Anyway, thank you, Jamie. Just a few notices. Remember, please, we do have a Christmas Eve service on at 5 o'clock. Very different style of service. Going to be very laid back, casual, informal, fun, because it's Christmas Eve. And we're allowed fun, aren't we? Christmas Day, thank you. Those of you who have reserved places. Anybody here still not decided? Anybody watching online, please remember, the invitation is genuine. All these wonderful people here and more have contributed to ensure we can put on a really good spread. So Christmas Day, 12 o'clock till 3 o'clock. If you are coming, try and let us know. If you can't let us know, that's all right. We're not going to turn you away. But looking forward to that. The 27th, which is a Saturday, but it doesn't matter it's a Saturday because during Christmas and New Year, days have no meanings whatsoever, except when's bin day. Saturday the 27th, we have an evening of mediumship on, and that'll be Mark Stone and myself. The evening starts at 7, doors are open from 6:15, and that'll be £10 on the door. New Year's Eve, we have 2 gong bars with Scania Price, 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock. Saturday the 2nd of January, if any volunteers, would be greatly appreciated. It's wonderful having all the decorations up. Guess what the next job is? Yay! So a little hand there would be greatly appreciated. Decks down and away, little spring clean. And we resume normal services on Monday the 5th with our healing evening. So that's good, I remember them all today. Whee! Have I? Yes, I have. Well, I'm looking at you, don't I?
Yeah.
Jamie, oh, don't forget the raffle after the service, okay? Jamie,
Yes.
closing prayer, please.
Thank you. You would like to join me in this prayer. Heavenly Father, Spirit Divine, let us give thanks for this opportunity to be once again in the presence of our loved ones, to be in this sacred space amongst friends amongst people of like mind, knowing as we do that this opportunity is rare. Let us give thanks for the wonderful energy that is generated here, and ask that this energy be used for healing, for upliftment of those who are at this present time experiencing difficulties with health, with famine, and in areas of conflict. We send out our thoughts as one to lift these people out of the darkness that surrounds them. I give thanks to all those loved ones and guides who came close and helped us to create this space, this time. I ask that a healing presence be with all those, and also to keep you safe until such time we meet again. Amen.
Amen. Jamie, thank you. Lovely service. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, everybody, being here. You can please just help yourself to teas and coffees. There's mulled wine and sherry, and there will be some nibbles coming out shortly. Okay, please don't clip at my heels, because if you get in between me and my flag, you're in trouble. Stay and enjoy the raffle. If not, have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry.